Hey guys, how's it going? Random XD here with a new video. I hope you guys are all doing great. I've decided to place this video on to help you guys, all those new beginners in Total War franchise, and especially to Total War Warhammer 2. Now, I already did a video on Empire Total War, but I wasn't really happy with the way it turned out. I didn't really give as much details because it was new to me. I felt to be more, reliable and to give better information to you guys would be to give it on something in Total War that I did play, which is Total War Warhammer series in the Total War Sega. So, I've played Total War Warhammer 1 and I loved it. I love the cinematics, I love the art and the quality and the graphics were just beautiful. And I did kind of like that, different sci-fi kind of approach. Even though a lot of people I know like the basics, real life kind of historical things, but I also love this. And they did a great job on this, especially I think in Total War Warhammer 2. And now I'll give you on the global scale of Total War, and that information that you can understand for other games as well in Total War. And I will specify this in the video, what I would think is more of a global for all other Total War, guides, and what would be a bit more specific to this video to Total War Warhammer 2. So before I bore you guys out, let's start this beginner guides right now. So as you see, the first thing we see and the first things some people need help with is on the first menu. Instead of wasting time, I can just explain to you straight away. So over here you have the campaigns, which we'll see in a second. We have the battles, which gives you the quest battles, which is different types of factions, different lords, placed in different times in this history of this game, whatever, and you can decide which ones to play. Custom battles that you decide which, again, faction or lord you want, how many, whichever soldiers, how many soldiers you want. Obviously there's a limit, but you can decide. We can get into more details of all these stuff in different videos if you guys want. Just let me know down in the comments. And you can decide what map, etc. You basically decide and customize your battle. Multiplayer battles, online battles, you can join with friends or fight other people. Quick battle is you just the UI, the computer decides what faction you're gonna have, what faction your enemy is gonna have, and obviously against the computer, and it's just a quick battle. So leaderboards is leaderboards, replays is replays. If you had any recorded videos, basically after every battle that you can have the options to have recorded. You'll have a record option there, and that will save your game, your battle, whether it's in campaign mode, quick battle, or quest battle, even custom battle, anything. The laboratory, I haven't dwelled into that, so I'm not going to give you false information about that. Then you have the options. Graphics, obviously if you go here to advanced, your computer will already adjust it to whatever your hardware can handle and what is recommended, obviously. Not necessarily what you can handle, because you can always play around here and there and add stuff. Then you see over here, like even here you can always add, and then it'll show you extreme shadow details may adversely affect performance, and you don't want to, you can always try it, but like usually do what's recommended, especially with a huge game with a lot of units. And my personal opinion in this entire thing is the unit size. Usually on the default it'll give you large. I definitely recommend ultra because it's just so much fun to have a bigger army. It's just so much more cinematic. You feel like having much more control in this entire huge army. I love it. Really recommend it to you guys. Okay, we can check these, and then controls, game setting, brightness and gamma, credits and support if you have any problems, and then you have download content, which is all about DLCs if you want to add anything to your current game, basic game. Okay, so now let's go into the main thing where we came for. Then you have new campaign, continue campaign, load campaign, multiplayer campaign, and movie viewer. We're gonna go obviously with the new campaign because I want to go step by step with you guys, because you're just like, I guess, beginners just like me. I mean, not like me, just like we're gonna do now. Okay, so we have new campaign. Over here we have the Mortal Empires, which is basically all the units, all the factions that you had in Total War Warhammer 1. It'll give you the options to play it also over here, which is actually really, really cool. Which are the humans, the Empire, you have the Beastmen, you have the dwarves, the orcs, and you also have Chaos and Elves. And if you don't own it, it's really not a bummer. You can always go here, continue, and you'll see the different factions you have on the top. Okay, and each faction will be, will be obviously separated here. So you can see all of these four are 4 different lords or generals in this faction. With this faction happen to be over here. You can see the name High Elves, and so go on to these guys. And yeah, this is the Lizardmen. Okay, these are my favorite faction. I've played these the most. I think we're gonna go with these guys. I also really like their units because in Total War, and this is globally in all the different types of Total Wars, usually you'll have different types of factions, and those factions, each one will have different types of units, obviously. And what I'm trying to point out is that some factions, focus on different things. Some factions, more on attacking, on offense. Other factions are more on defense units, and some are more balanced. I find this faction to have a very nice emphasis on defense, so your units aren't too, easily defeated. They have nice health. Their morale isn't too bad. They do have the issue, most units, to have primal instincts. As you can see on the top there, it just popped up. This is, by the way, the information on the units when you hover over it. In the top, it says the name of the unit, Croxigor. Then it says monstrous infantry. That's the type of the infantry. It shows you a picture. Then under it, it tells you what's the pros and cons on that unit. So let's say, for instance, in this unit, these are monstrous infantry that are armored. They're armor piercing to the enemy, their predatory senses, and they also have primal instincts, and that is why what I wanted to show you. The primal instincts is after a specific amount of beating that the unit gets from the enemy. So it will eventually start losing its grip, and it will go not to surrender, but it will go to primal instincts, which is just going berserk like crazy and attacking anything in its way. So it can still do damage to the enemies. Sometimes it's annoying because you can't control them, but on the other hand, they still do damage to the enemy, which is nice. And you have the number of the units, 16. It's only 16 because these are beasts. Yeah, these are like strong, huge. They're like worth 12 of every normal sized unit, so they're really strong. Then you have the health bar, and it shows you the hit points. It shows you the armor under it, leadership, speed, melee attack, melee defense, weapon strength, and charge bonus. Now armor is obviously how much armor the unit itself has. Leadership is how much the unit is faithful to your general and will not surrender in the battle. Speed is obviously the speeds unit. Melee attack is how much attack it does. Melee defense is how much it can defend itself from being attacked. And weapon strength is how strong is the weapon, so the higher the number, obviously, the better. And charge bonus is how much when it charges to attack, that's how much a charge bonus it has. Then you have all these stuff in the bottom, which we'll see more in the campaign. These are different bonuses that and abilities that your that your unit has. Sorry guys, I'm getting excited. This is actually exciting because I love this game, and I think we can do good here. Okay, then you have let's just go with it. Missile resistance plus 15, which is good. They're thick armored. They're good. That's what I like about these lizardmen. Then you have Siege Attacker. This unit can attack city gates, which means you don't have to wait. Usually in the Total War, you need to build siege weapons before you attack a walled city. So and you have gates, so you have to wait a turn or two. Depends on what you decide to build. We'll see that also in more detail in the game itself. But basically, this unit can just like smash through gates as well. It'll take time, but they can do it themselves. You don't have to wait. Then you have Causes Fear, which affects the leadership of the enemy units. You have Hide. It has the ability to hide in the forests when it's obviously in a nice group of trees or high bushes. And that'll give you the element of surprise against enemy units. And then you have Primal Instincts, which shows you, this is like a rampage on the bottom. When this unit gets hurt, it may go on a rampage against nearby enemy units, attacking the closer one and ignoring any orders given, which is what we said before. So I'm not going to dwell too much on this. I want to move forward. You have difficulty of the campaign and difficulty of your battle. Now the difference is obviously, as it probably means, I'm just trying to be very, very explanatory to you guys. I would advise you guys to go normal, especially if you're starting off. Easy, I think, will be too easy. I think they made a good default setting here. Normal is great. This will define how hard your enemies will hit you in the game, how many times they will attack your cities or your forces, and how advanced they will get, how fast they will advance in the process of the campaign. Then you have the battle. The battle will show, obviously, the battle when you zoom into battles, which is what I love about Total War Warhammer, is that you have the balance of the campaign and then you have the detailed battles, which is amazing. And that's what I love, and I would recommend, obviously, normal. It'll define how difficult your enemies, the computer will think, and the tactics it will use. Normal is a perfect, I think, for beginners. So let's go with that. And then you have here different other like battle settings, and advisor. So I'll do, yeah, I'm trying to have as less of those as possible. And I'd recommend to put it on unlimited, the battle siege, sorry, the battle settings on unlimited, so you don't have to be worried about times, because then if you have a long battle and you're enjoying yourself and then you realize you have like 20 seconds left and you're like, no! And yeah, your enemy can win that way, and it's not good. Then you have the option of better realism mode, which turns everything to a realistic mode, and the camera, as you can see, will be restricted within 200 meters of the of any unit you have. It means you can't go forward to see your enemy units or where they are or where they're going, and enemy units more than 600 meters away will be hidden from sight, which is a huge disadvantage. But obviously, this is what the meaning of realism mode is. It's more realistic. So you can have less control, you're less godly, as they say in the game, and obviously battle must be fought without the radar map, so you can't see more details of where your enemy units are. Orders will be unable to be issued while the battle is paused, which is a huge downer. You can always do slow motion, whatever, we'll get into more of those details, if not in this video, in the next video when we get more into the battles. But yes, this is not for a beginner. I would definitely go with this settings, default settings, okay? This is your lord, this is his name. Yes, I know. Ah, to you too. And then you have Lizardman, okay? This is the name of your faction, this is where they are at the map, and this is the entire map in a small cube, showing, and the purpose of that is to show you exactly where this is in the entire map. So it's over here, and you're starting over here. The recapitulator is going to be right over here where the flag is. Then you have the movie, just showing you the nice movie of your faction, their units kind of play. It's kind of cute, it's kind of nice. Then you have race attributes. The race attributes comes with, each faction comes with different attributes, different bonuses, different additions that you can obviously decide on your type of gameplay. Yeah, and these specific ones, I like them because these, as you can see, beasts are suitable for every task, and beast is an important thing. They're usually one unit, and they're very strong. You can use them for multiple things in this specific faction, and they're really ferocious. As you can see, they're really strong. I really like that about them, because you have the balance of the main units, and then you have the strength of their beasts. And then you have periodic missions allow access to powerful, blessed variants of certain units. Yes, through the time you'll also get like stronger units of your current units. For instance, you have this type of unit, you can get this unit to be a much stronger unit, which we'll see inside the campaign. These are more details, you'll get more into the campaign, we'll see. But these are attributes you can focus on more details yourself and see which one you prefer doing more. Then over here we did, yeah, this is the last defenders, which is this specific guy and his bonuses for your army. And I find this general is, I think personally, my opinion, is the best of all these in the way of him giving you stuff for your specific army. Okay, this is your map, this is your faction map, flag, sorry. Okay, so let's start the campaign for now, and let's get started before you guys run off.
Since the days of creation, the reptiles have dominated the jungle continent of Lustria. The ignorant call the creatures lizard men. The wise know them as defenders of the world. In ages past, the Old Ones had a plan. But then the stellar gates collapsed, the Old Ones fled, and demons flooded the mortal plane. Led by the Slann, the lizard men fought the demons that surged across Lustria. Yet, it was the elves that created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the world of chaos, withering demonkind. The world was saved, but the vortex endures only because it is bolstered by the power of the Slann, via the Great Warding. If the warding should fail, the demons will return.
The forked tongue of Sotek hangs low in the sky. The Slann have felt it. Now I see it. Brighter, clearer. Its hiss disturbs the winds of magic. Yoked Targrax, the sacred plaques. One prophecy shines above all others. Vortex of the warm blood. But the full meaning cannot be deciphered. If our master will not wake, we journey to the city of the sun.
So inspirational. Just holding that in the entire video. Yeah, okay. Basically, yeah, so I hope you guys understood some of it, at least. If you didn't, then I will do my best to help you guys. Basically, there's the vortex helping us, this world, from getting destroyed by chaos and the dark forces of the world. And some of the factions in this game are basically here to make the forces destroy the vortex, and that's to allow all the darkness, which is more the High Elves and the Skaven. Sorry, the High Elves are the good ones, the Dark Elves are the bad ones. So the Dark Elves are the ones that are going to try to destroy the vortex. Also the Skavens, the rad guys, they're more of the dark side, the evil side. And then you have the High Elves and for instance also us. We want to get the planks so we can do our business with the vortex. Yeah, so here they tell you... Okay, yeah, so let me just finish. And then our job is... Our specific job, the Lizardman job is to get the planks, which are these, yeah? And by getting the planks, the more planks we get, the more clearer the picture is, sort of, to understand how and to get to the vortex. So, ancient planks, on the bottom you have current, how many you have currently. Gain this turn, obviously we have 0 because we didn't do anything, we didn't start anything, we didn't get anything. So let me explain that more. Sometimes you get the playing spike completing missions. Sometimes you get the you see like missions. It gives you different types of missions. The rewards will sometimes show you also planks, or in this case just money. As you can see right over here, yeah, mission issued, and the description tells you what it is, and this is basically what the mission is: capture the in other words, capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the following faction. This Clan Mordkin. This is the name of this faction, and this is the map which you can tell, which is this one. And these are obviously Skaven, which you can tell by their messed up flag. Lizardmen have the more circular. The dwarves have more of this type, whatever type of that is, and orcs are circular. But these are side points that we can get through it later on in the game. The more important ones, as you're in the middle of saying, and I keep on ADDing you guys all over, is you need to get as many planks as you can the faster you get it, because then you get these rituals, and after each ritual, which takes I don't know, sometimes 8 turns, 10 turns, depending on the ritual, and you basically get closer and closer to the end of the game. And then you have, as you can see over here, this weird thing. It's actually different symbols of each other faction that has the same goal to reach the end and do their rituals, and whether it's destroy or save or to protect the vortex. So you have the high elves, which is the good, which is the blue. You have the purple, which is the dark elves, which are the more bad ones, and the Skaven, which are the green. So each one with their own plan, each one with their own whatever it is they want to do, and your job is to do yours and make sure you get to the vortex and do whatever you want to do there first. So in our case, get the planks and awaken the old one, which is, I guess, the father of all these ancient beasts. Now you have the option to zoom in, zoom out. Simple, yeah. You can zoom here out. You can press on your middle button, middle mouse button, the one that rolls in and out. You press on it and you don't let go. You move around. As you can see, you can move around here much more smoothly. You zoom in. Then you have, let's see, what can we start with? Maybe we should start with this video, end it soon because it's already getting longer. We'll just start with what's over here, okay? And then in the next video, we'll get into more details, and then into the actual, faction units, faction buildings. There's a lot to say here. It's not as complicated as a lot of It's not as complicated as it looks. Sorry guys, I didn't have much sleep again last night. Very busy lately, but I'm really trying to make these videos for you guys, so hope you guys like it, and I really hope you guys, and now that we're in the topic, I really hope that you guys can please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Sorry, no, I meant slap that subscribe button and slap that like button, because I've got none. And it really helps the channel, it really helps me make you guys videos and entertain you. Obviously I want to make more games and funner content, some things that will entertain you more, and don't forget to leave in the comments other ideas of other games, and if you like this game, if you prefer other details that I didn't mention in this specific video or in the next video. So yeah, please feel free to do that. Okay, so let's just go fast. Let's just do these tabs and these tabs first, okay, and these top tags, and then we'll end the video. Okay, here you have the menu, which you'll hear. You can also press escape for that. You have the chat, which is when you play with other players. So you can play press Y. It obviously shows you what it is, and next to it shows you the button you can press for fast keys. Then you just escape this. Then you have an advisor, and you can obviously press here in the device settings, and you can always choose text and audio, text only or audio only. I always like putting on text because I have no patience in listening to him. Hopefully I'll do enough of a good job to make you guys understand without him. Then you help page. This is like an encyclopedia on the game, explains you other things, and obviously you can press it around here and get more information on anything else. Okay. Then you have spell browser. Okay, and this is when you have generals, leaders, yeah. Then you also have the category of like witchers, like people who do more magic and all these different types of spells, and these are all these different types. We'll get exactly where you can hire and buy these special wizards or whatever it is. These are different factions that have different powers. So we'll get at, you see, this is more humans. This is more of the tombs, which are the skeletons, Egyptian skeletons. They're a different faction. And yeah. Then you have the camera settings of, which is, I haven't really done this before. Oh, I think I know what this is. This is when you end the turn, if I'm not mistaken, it shows you. Oh no, the actual lords themselves. So if you see over here, you have this. I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't understand that faster. But you have different lords. So over here we had this guy. Where was he? Ah! There's so many factions, which is actually quite fun in this game because you have a big variety of factions, which is nice. Okay, I haven't found it. I'm just messing it around. You can just choose the different types of lords, the heights of them, and heroes, the camera, how it looks in them, how they look, how big they are, if I'm not mistaken, and the animation speed, and allied factions, etc. with different types. Then you have over here, I know that wasn't so clear, I'm sorry, I haven't really dealt in this, but I want to end the video already. Then you have here the treasury, which is how much money you have. This is your income. Very important to keep update with this, because if you're going to run under the income, you are going to get in a minus in your bank, and then you're going to have your people starving, your units starving. That is on the units themselves, the upkeep of every unit. We'll get into that in the unit explanation. And over here you have ancient planks, as we said, the current, how many plates you have, how many you're gaining every turn. And this is obviously to every, how your advance is to every plank, which is towards rituals to the end goal. Over here you have the missions. Over here you can just do plus to see the map, minus to minimize it, plus to engorge it, whatever. And then you have missions. You can see it here, minimize it, plus whatever. Over here you have events. What happened this turn? What are the things that happened? Lords and heroes, these are your lords. The different ones you have will show you different type, the different ones. Over here you have provinces, the cities, and your provinces, other provinces, and I'll give you details on them. Sort by province wealth, you can sort by public order, you can also sort by name. And then you have, this is the known factions, what you know about for now, because there's much more. These are just the ones around you. Which ones are not friendly, depends by color. Green is most friendly, this is neutral, and red is obviously enemy. Swords mean battle, you're in battle with that faction. And this is the trade agreement, which we'll get into more later, which means you're not trading with that faction. And this is obviously sort by rank, the rank of how strong they are, how big they are. And this is the faction itself. Okay, I hope that wasn't too fast. I want to stop the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really want it to be as explanatory as possible for you, to make it as simple as possible. Hope you guys liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, if I gave enough information, and subscribe if you like my type of entertainment, or whatever you call it. And leave comments, please. Try to keep them not toxic. Please give me your ideas, what you thought, what you want, anything, okay? Love you guys. Have a good one. Cheers.